you?
I don't have on shorts, but I am shooting.
He loves that warm weather.
It's got palm trees and sunshine.
Loves to twist the knife on us.
How's the weather back there in New York?
Get your man.
You speak for yourself.
Your brother had to take a break to the bathroom.
Oh, Lord. Have mercy.
Some of us take bathroom breaks. I'd like a snack break.
I move the needle.
The Niners take on the Bills Sunday night as they try to get back on track after losing 2 straight. The 49ers are hopeful Brock Purdy will return after missing 1 game with a sore right shoulder. Meanwhile, Josh Allen will continue to make case for MVP to the Bills can clinch the AFC East with a win. RC, you're up first. Are the Bills on upset alert versus the Niners? What do you think?
Nope, not in the slightest. They are not on upset alert. The Bills are a team that's focused on winning. The Bills are a team that even understood after beating the Kansas City Chiefs before their break that that's not why they were here. We heard Josh Allen say, yeah, last I checked, 9 games ain't going to get it done as far as the playoffs. 9 games doesn't allow us to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, who we've beaten in the regular season 3 times, but always seems to top us in the playoffs. I think this team is singularly focused on getting to a Super Bowl, and they know that the San Francisco 49ers are the next step in that journey. And also the other piece of it is this. I believe if they win this game, they clinch the AFC East. So it's not like the Buffalo Bills aren't playing for anything. And also only being 1 game behind the Kansas City Chiefs, having the tiebreaker against them already, and knowing that they want the playoffs to have to flow through Orchard Park, they know what is riding on this football game. I think they'll be focused. I think they'll be locked in. And I think with all the injuries that the San Francisco 49ers have suffered to key players, their roster just isn't good enough at the top to beat the Buffalo Bills.
I don't care what you say, but it's something about somebody who's desperate and they willing to do anything.
Yeah.
And the 49ers, they are desperate. At this particular point, they are at last place in the NFC West. But at 5-6, that's also where the Los Angeles Rams sit. At 6-5, a game behind or 2 games behind the Cardinals and the Seahawks. So for the 49ers, this is put up or shut up time. This is, are we going to do our job or not? This is, we need this game for so spade to spade and compare certain things. We are a good team, and we believe that. I do think that the Buffalo Bills are on upset alert because of the desperation that's at hand in San Francisco.
Certainly intangibles come into play, and you would know that better than anyone, Cam. You and RC are former players, but I'm 100% with RC here because it's not just the intangibles that are at play here. The Bills are coming off of a bye week. The Niners are having a second multi-time zone trip. In fact, after having to go to Green Bay, they probably would have stayed there if not for the holidays, but now they're having to make that trek again. And on top of that, folks, it's finally Bills football. We are expecting a snowstorm in that game, which means that the Niners are going to want to run the ball, and Christian McCaffrey has yet to hit midseason form. I just think the odds are too stacked against him, and on top of that, the talent disparity. No Bosa. We see what this defense looks like without him, and the inability to pressure Josh Allen is going to pay dividends. I think this one is going to come down to the Bills being at home in the environment that they're very familiar with, and I don't expect that this one's going to be an upset.
I don't care how desperate the 49ers are. They're not good enough because they don't have the bodies, okay? So It's a wrap. I got Buffalo in this game. I think that when you look at San Francisco, okay, no Bosa, who they're 5-11 lifetime without. There's also the question as to whether or not there'll be Trent Williams. And we know how much Brock Purdy suffers when Trent Williams isn't in the lineup. So you got to take all of those things into consideration, plus Buffalo looking as good as they look, plus them going 5 consecutive games, scoring 30+. You know, I know that Josh Allen has thrown about 4 interceptions over the last 5 games or so. I get all of that part, or last 4 games, rather. He's thrown about 5 interceptions. But still in all, they've won all of these games. The brother's special. Here's the other thing that I would add, though, as a twist, RC. When I think about Buffalo in the postseason, I actually like their chances better on the road at a Kansas City rather than at home. I think when they're at home, the pressure mounts and something always goes awry. It's not to say they haven't lost in Kansas City before because we've seen them do it, but we've seen some spectacular play from Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills on the road on a lot of occasions. And I think that if they were to get home field advantage, the pressure would be so immense that I think somebody, not Josh Allen, but somebody would fold. Whereas if they were on the road, I actually would give them a better chance on the road than I do at home.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It just hit me.
Go.
RC, Stephen A. L. Do y'all really feel confident in the skill set of Buffalo in the playoffs? I mean,
Yes.
outside of the obvious
Josh
of Josh Allen, understood. But RC, it's a little different when you go into a hostile environment. It's a little different when you're playing in the playoffs and you start looking around that locker room and you start saying to yourself, you say, oh, man, he been here before. That person's been here before.
Mari Cooper's a veteran.
How?
Cook's a veteran.
A
successful
in the playoffs. In the playoffs here. So I'm saying there's a different type of player that you feel confident in when the game, you find yourself in a situation where you're down by 3, you're down by 4, you're down by 2 points. Heaven forbid that's the case in the third quarter. Guys that start, oh, man, what is that? We ain't seen that from this person. If you stop the run, then I'm looking at a Buffalo Bills defense, offensive skill set that I'm not all the way sold on the production in the postseason. That's all I'm saying in regards to the overall analysis for the Bills going into the playoffs.
Does anyone else need to respond, or we're cool? All right, we're going to leave it on that note. When we come back here on First Take, Pittsburgh is hoping to get that bad taste out of their mouth after losing to the Browns, but the Steelers have something to prove Sunday against those Bengals. And our analysts are great at predictions, but can they foresee what the biggest headline will be in the NFL on Monday? Our crew got you covered.
Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook to claim your new player bonus. And for a limited time, unlock access to 30 days of ESPN Plus to stream exclusive live sports. Sign up with the promo code FIRSTTAKE to get started today.